Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Timberborn. The Beavers are just waking up. So, last episode, I ended up discovering a slight, major issue with the way that I have programmed this and the setup that we have for Badtides, which means that we definitely have to fix that. One of the things that I need to do is create a contamination sensor, which will do the same thing or a similar thing. So this is greater than, this is less than. I also need a relay. I need both of these inputs together to figure out how to work this. But since I can only have one of these sensors operate this, I need to have a way of handling the logic. Do I have all the materials that I need for this? I should probably have checked that, shouldn't I? Yes. Yes, I have more than enough. If both bad water and that are on, it will activate this. So this one is on, this one is off. When it first detects bad water, this will be on and this will be on, which means both of them need to activate this. When bad water stops, this will kick off, so both of them will not be on, so then this will turn off. So I don't think that that's what I'm looking for. On if one? No, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's the logic that I need. This is on if any of them are on. No, that's not what I want either. Don't know if this is what I'm looking for. So I wonder if I need both of them to be the same. So both of them greater than. So if if it detects bad water here, I want it to shut off. I want it to activate, means that I want, and then I think I'm gonna have to fight with the logic on this off camera. I'll figure it out by the next episode maybe, because I'm really struggling with the way that this is, like, what I need to be able to do to work this. So I'm gonna have to work through that first and then figure it out. So hopefully we don't get a bad tide this time around. I should have that fixed, but there are other things that I need to figure out, and one of them is how to deal with this flooding issue. One of the things that I can do relatively immediately is to change the location of this to here. There is a danger with that, in that it's here. And I'm just gonna open these up for now. The issue that I am going to have in this is gonna block things, which is what I want it to do. And since the first detector is over here, this is going to close right away. It's going to close before any bad water ends up starting to come down through here. The only problem is that this is going to end up mingling with bad water, and some of it's going to end up coming through here, which is going to end up splitting between these two things. I don't want it to do that. So what I'm thinking is putting a stopgap in here as well. And I can get to that relatively easy if I path out to here. So what I'm thinking is put that there. Oh, apparently I cannot do that. How can I put this? I was thinking of actually putting it right in there, but I can't do that. Well, if I'm not getting the level of this too high, that should be fine to have that there. What I was thinking is, so if I put this to say 0.85 or maybe 9, this is not going to trigger until this area here raises up to 0.95. If this is 0.75, it means that it's going to end up trying to go this way before it tries to go this way. Now, I'd like it to be able to go this way, because what I'm thinking is that when this has some contamination in it, it should all be allowed to go this way, but I don't want it to go this way, I want it to go this way. And I want it to go past here and all the way down here. And then straight out through there. So I need this to stop going this way and then go this way. But I also want it to not go this way. I need it to go this direction. So I need a way of making sure that this lets water go this way, but not that way. Because this needs to be filled from here, not through here. And I think that these are the best way to do it. I should have the materials for it, yeah. So I've already got treated planks, and I already have metal blocks, and I've got more than enough there, so I'm going to do this. It regulates the downstream water level. Adjustable flow rate. So yeah, so I think this is the best one. So this will allow me to control the flow through here, but I don't care. This flow can be unlimited, but I want it to be one way, and that's what this does. So this is a one-way valve. So it will let water go this way, but it won't let water go that way, which is what I want. So that means that once this contaminated water is here, it's going to go here. It's going to not be able to go that way because it's 0.9, and it's going to be forced to go this way. Now, I need a way that eventually this will block up and allow it to go this way. 0.85. These guys are hungry and thirsty. Why are they hungry and thirsty? No, because they're probably in the middle of a job. Okay. That should be fine. Building unstaffed. Why is there a building unstaffed? Because I have 2 beavers that are injured and I have only enough beavers for all the existing buildings. I have no extra available workers. Okay, I am going to need another house. Food seems to be stable. Water seems to be stable. Can I risk it? I am going to risk it. Okay. So, those guys are going to end up building this stuff. And this one here. So that should be all that I need for that. The only thing that I need additionally is I need to change these out to floodgates because I'm going to have to be able to fine-tune the level of this in order to manage the flow properly. So I'm gonna have to change this out. What would be the best way to do this? I don't know. Because ultimately I would like to replace them. Because this is the ideal position for trapping, for controlling the water. If I... do I risk it and just delete them? I'm gonna have to risk it and delete them, because honestly this is the best way to do it. Otherwise I'm gonna have to build levees one at a time, build something in behind it, and then that's gonna end up getting painful. So let's risk it. I'm gonna risk it. Probably a terrible idea. No flooding. It is changing the flow a lot. But I'm still alright. It's affecting the flow enough that it's actually gonna bother with those ones, but if I end up building these quickly enough, maybe it won't be an issue. I've got more than enough logs. I'm gonna just do this for now. Okay. Get a priority on these guys. You need to work really hard to get those guys up and running. Let's high prioritize that. Is this working? Okay. So, everything should be fine now. This should be controlling the flow quite well. It should also raise the water level up to this, so it'll actually give more time to collect water during a drought. So next, I'm going to prioritize this here. I should have no problems getting the materials for, because it's treated planks and metal blocks, and I have 27 treated planks and 188 metal blocks, so that's more than enough to cover this. Okay, well, I did not get any of these measures in place to be able to work with this bad tide. Really hoping it's not a terrible bad tide. None of the fixes are in place, and all the building things that I have to do are all in bad water, so, or will be under bad water. So I am, oh, you know what? I might do this. So let's see if these guys can do a priority on this. Because if I fix this, I might get a couple of contaminated beavers, but I think I should be all right. I just don't know if I'm going to make it in time, because these building sites are a very long way away from where they need to get all the materials and everything. Okay, well, I don't think this is going to be able to work out, so I'm going to have to pause these for now. So that the beavers don't get caught in the bad tide. I'm gonna have to, I'll check. Where else is there? But the only thing that I can do is I can close this up and try and reduce the flow through this before the bad tide starts, and see if that helps. I mean, kinda is, kinda isn't. I think the biggest thing that I'm gonna have to worry about right now is opening up this flow here, because obviously this isn't working. So I'm gonna need a better solution for that. One of the biggest things that will solve this issue is being able to get dynamite, because I'm gonna have to open up this area here. Now, in working with dynamite, I will need to work with bad water, which fortunately I have this here, so it should be good. So I think that I'll be all right. I have a bad water source here, so this is a bad water source, and it's dumping into here. So always this area here is going to be filled up with a little bit of bad water. So I think what I might do is I'm going to unlock the bad water pump. I have the materials for it. And is this going to reach? I think just barely. So I'm going to put that there. Yes, that's fine. And pass to here. And now I'm just going to do that. This is somewhat temporary because I think I need a more permanent solution available for this. But for now, this is probably the best way to do this. So I'm going to need some bad water. And I'm going to need to store the bad water. So bad water. And I am going to need a facility to process bad water into explosives, which I will need power for that. But since I have a facility here, the power source is here, should be fine. I'll put that there for now. I'd like to clean up this sort of industrial area and move it somewhere else so that I can use this land for something else, but that's going to be for a future episode. Right now, I think just being able to do that. Now, once those are built, I'm going to need to have a space to store the... Oh, oh, I forgot. It's turning it back on. I'm just gonna have to let it go. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to let it go. 16 beavers are unwell. Oh, that's gonna take a huge hit. Well, I guess at this point in time, it's not gonna end up affecting anything, so they might as well just start working away at this stuff. Here's hoping that they are able to get antidotes and get fixed up. And then I'm able to figure out the logic for getting that setup to work. Flooded buildings, great. Everything's going wrong now. Badtides are really bad. You know what? I'm going to do this. And this. In the hopes that I can get more bad water flooding through this. Which seems to be working. Oh, they got that stuff. I forgot that those were. Yeah, so that's good. That's good. Well, that will not be very effective if their bad water is pooling up here. Because it's not getting past this. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay. Get this back up to, say, 75. I'm going to delete these and replace them with platforms and that. I don't care if they get to that or not. Doesn't matter. Bad water should be good, so I'm gonna raise that up to 90. Should increase the water levels here. I'm gonna drop this back down to 80. This is 0.75. Oh, these guys are done. Oh, sweet. Well, at least it's a couple of things done. There's still some scrap metal here. But I am going to pause them. They should be able to still be able to get materials out of this, I think. So we should be able to still process the metal, especially since we're going to end up needing it for this. Do I want to prioritize that? I don't know. Check on the other... Okay, so this is done. This is almost done. Did I unpause all of it? Okay. Yeah, so this is going to be 0.85. And then this is going to be 0.8. So that this is... Yeah, I want this to be 0.85. I want this to be 0.9. It's going to back up to that and then flow through that, but it's got to go through there first. This is 0.8. And this is 0.85. I think that works. I think. I guess I'll find out one way or another. Causing a little bit of flooding here. Okay, so this is done there. So I don't need this here. I'm gonna get rid of that. These guys can clean this up. Clean up the mess I made. I mean, the beavers should be used to cleaning up human messes by now. Okay, this needs to have another floodgate here. And then, so bad water pump is there. I do not have enough beavers to man it, but it should be fine. And next priority is that in that. So you guys need to... This and this need to be... Okay, so I only have one contaminated beaver. Perfect. And he is... He's got his antidote, and so he is slowly decontaminating. So we are good. Hopefully that also helps this poor guy that's gonna be working with the bad water. I don't know whether that contamination actually works with that, but I mean, do I have a storage for? Yeah, I do have storage for. Okay, so I can, if I get rid of. Oh no, I can't get rid of them because it's gonna dump the scrap metal on the ground, and if they don't pick it up, it's gonna end up. However, I can put in another one of these guys, and they can start working on this one. So, should be fine. Hopefully they put a priority on this to unload it. I hope. I guess I'll find out. Oh. No recipe is selected. Oh, because there's fireworks now, right? Yeah. Okay, so now you actually have to select the recipe. Cool. All right. So we are making explosives, theoretically. Yes. Is manned. It's ready to go. I don't have a spot for explosives. And I will put it in my temporary permanent storage facility. Explosives. Perfect. All right. We're good on that. I think that's good for that. What's the next project? So hopefully, well, actually, no, if I say hopefully, I don't. All right, so I think I need to finally do what I had originally intended and move this and this, potentially this, to here. So this is going to be the new tree farm area here and here and possibly here. Because I mean, all of this birch is growing just fine. So if I end up replacing this birch with a more permanent one like the oaks, I think that's gonna be more than enough to be able to cover all of the needs of the colony. So I just need to find a place for a forester, which can cover all of this area. Is there a way to do all of this? No. What if I do one here? And then another here. Like that. Because then I can keep this here. This is going to end up covering this and this. This is going to cover this and this. Right? Should be enough of an overlap to cover everything. So that should be enough. I should be able to get rid of that. So let's get rid of, or let's put a priority on this guy. Then if I build this one, that I can get rid of this one. And then I'm going to do oaks over here. And oaks here. That. Oh, not another bad tide? Oh, come on. That's not fair. Well, I suppose it hasn't been that bad. Do I have explosives? Do I have explosives? I have 5 explosives, which I'm going to use right here. Yes, I do wish to spend it. And I'm going to put a priority on you guys right there. Hurry up and build these guys. Do I have any other priorities right now? No. Okay, that's done there. I can get rid of this here. Okay, guys, come on. Come on, 20-hour days. 22-hour days. You get 2 hours sleep. Boom. Alright, that should open that up there. I need to put one over here. Prioritize that. Can you reach it from here? I think so. Come on. I don't think they're gonna get everything done here. Detonate. Now, I need one more here. Prioritize. They are not gonna get this done. Come on, guys. I'm sorry that you guys are tired and hungry, and you're gonna be super mad at me for making you work this hard, but come on. It's all in your best interest. I'm trying to save you guys by making you slave away. Alright. Hopefully. Yeah, that's not gonna work. This is not... Well, I might have enough time. I might have enough time. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. You guys can have a nice, relaxing nap. Okay, perfect. Done. That should open up. This is not what I wanted. Automate. Bad water. I forgot to switch the automate on that. Okay, so that's working. That is flowing through that perfectly. So that's great. Now my issue is that this is gonna end up, when the bad tide is over, this is gonna open this up too fast. So I either need to move this from here over to here, or even here. I wonder if I put the sensors here and did an OR, whether that would work. Not sure. Okay, what else can we do? So that's, I need to have these guys actually cutting things down. I'm gonna need more than one of these guys working. Should be good there. What's his coverage? He will cover all of that. He will cover all of that. Or she. I mean, equal opportunities. Nothing to do in range. Yes, yes. That's because I need to set up this. Okay, and then right now, this area here, I'm just gonna end up having them clean up the birch. And then when they've depleted all of that, I will replant whatever, probably more oaks. Same with this, I'll end up just putting the cutting areas down first, and then when all of that is cleaned up, I'll end up doing more that way. I mean, we are really good on logs, so I think we're all right. Like, they're not going to be necessarily doing a whole lot at the moment, but the options are there. That also means that I can reduce what I'm doing here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the replanting. So what'll end up happening is any trees that are already planted here will continue to grow. When they are fully grown and there is a spot open to, and there's room to cut the stuff down, it will end up getting cut down. And then I will rethink what I'm doing with this. I might just do a smaller one over here and see what, if I just work off of this batch of pines there. But now that it is, the bad water is close to being ready, I am going to man this because I need to do that. And let as much as I can out here so that not as much flows down here. This seems to be working all right. Not much contamination ended up going through there. Quite a lot of contamination did go through everything though, so it is not going to be fun. Okay, let's put that back. Switch that back to that. This should be fine. And that should, everything should be fine. Or it could be horrible. And so far, only one unwell beaver. Well, that's good. I'm gonna have at least a couple here that are gonna be unwell, because this doesn't seem to be moving. Badwater doesn't seem to be affecting the spatter dock. Or if it's just because it's more like it's more hardy to bad water. I don't know. Well, it's progress at least, I guess. I am going to lower that and see if I can get this bad water through here faster. I almost need a complex program to control these gates. Open this gate and lower that gate and switch that gate. I mean, it'll be fun to try, but definitely not something that I would make an entire episode with. As it is with the what I've done now, I don't feel like I've done a whole lot in this episode. What did I do? I mean, I got this and had to get beavers sick several times. And on that note, I think that that is going to have to be enough for this episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. If you want to stay up to date on what's happening with the channel, please subscribe. And I mean, even if you don't, feel free to subscribe. That'll help the channel grow, and hopefully somebody out there does like these videos. But that, me and the beavers will say goodbye for today. I hope you have a good one. Bye.